Hi everybody, welcome to School of Scarlet. Today I have another message and a celebration for you. You have actually activated your highest timeline. You're actually here today because you have activated total freedom within, and you've activated the freedom of unconditional love. So that is not by coincidence. You either watched my last video and chose freedom in that video and began to actually live by it, or you've been activating this all along and you have reached this timeline here today. So it's no coincidence that you're here on this channel or that you're here on this video. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, it's important that you subscribe. It's important that you give me a like down below and confirm that you have activated that freedom timeline within you. It's important that you subscribe because I'm going to be putting out daily intuitive messages like I always have been, but now they're at a different caliber. We are talking about freedom. We are talking about unconditional love, and we're going a lot deeper. So go ahead and take a moment to hit that subscribe button and give me a like while you're at it. So today's message is again a celebration to you. You have activated that timeline of freedom and unconditional love. A lot of things will begin to be very funny to you because the world is funny. It tries to control you. It tries to pull you back down into your limitations. It tries to keep you in a space of, comfort and kind of a subdued state. But you see, you're alive and you're free and you're ready to live. So that is where you find yourself here today. And so today's message came through as basically the image of a backseat driver. Have you ever had a backseat driver in your car trying to tell you what to do, trying to tell you the directions, trying to tell you to turn around, to be careful? Maybe they get spooked. Maybe they think they know the way better than you do. Have you ever had that situation happen before? That is what I had coming through today to share with you. It's going to become very funny that many people in your life are going to try to tell you what to do. And they have been this whole time. But for the majority of your life, you've probably been listening to them. You've probably been taking the advice of others. You've probably been even asking and looking for advice, looking for acceptance, looking for validation from others outside of you. But the freedom timeline has activated something within you that you don't seek anything outside of yourself. Everything that you seek and you know to be true is already here within. So there is nothing outside of you that could help you to give you any direction. So these intuitive messages are meant to activate you in your intuition so that you can continue to converge and connect with your inner voice in a way that is seamless, in a way that you don't need anyone outside of yourself. You're not looking for validation. You're not looking for that information from someone else. Many times people want to start a new venture, a business, something, and it's almost like they seek approval from everyone else. They lay out the business plan, they share with others their ideas, and most of the times they get shot down. But it's going to become funny to you because you're not going to want to do this anymore. And if you do happen to do it, or if you gain unsolicited advice, you're going to have this laughter because it's hilarious how people want to tell you what you want to do with yourself. You know within your life what you should be doing. You know truly the ways for you to take. There is no one outside of you that has any more information about you than you do. You are the expert on yourself, and there is no one else in this world like you. You are very unique, and you're an individual that has so many different flavors. You have been made in a way that is very unique and perfect to who you are. And there is not anyone else in this world who is going to be doing the things that you do, putting out the information or the business or the gift or, the passion that you're going to be putting out. Only you will do that. There's not going to be another you. So because you are so unique and individual, you must seek within. Seek within yourself because the only information you need is right here in your heart. So that is all that you need. People will want to tell you, don't do this, do that. They want to control everything from who you marry, how many kids you have, where you work, where you live, what you do, what you like, how many times you go out of your house, what you do, where you shop, everything. The whole world wants to control every aspect about you. And when we're asleep, we allow this to happen. We allow others to shape our lives in a way that we end up working for the family. We end up working for a friend. We end up working in a profession that we thought would gain us money without really checking in with ourselves. What makes our heart happy? What truly makes us happy? We end up having or not having children because someone said so, because someone suggested this. We end up even with our pets. There's people I know that they're, scared to death to get a dog. They don't ever seem ready because they're waiting on the landlord. They're waiting on their family to accept whether or not they could help them with the animal. You decide. You decide for yourself. Many people are scared to live somewhere differently, to move, to access a different part of this universe. This universe is so grand and huge. You have the ability to travel, to go anywhere you want amongst this earth and live anywhere you want amongst this earth. You're not tied down to where you grew up, to where you have some sort of anchor. You can move around this earth however you so choose. And the freedom timeline will activate this for you now. So now you can take your power back and you can choose for yourself without having to ask anybody. You can just get up and pack your bags and move to the place that you want to. If you don't want to work where you're at, you can go ahead and move to the place that you want to work. You can go ahead and begin the things that you've always wanted to do. If it's a family for yourself, if it's having a pet, if it's, exploring some aspect of this reality, if it's putting out a business, if it's putting out your passions, if it's speaking in front of others, if it's teaching, you are ready to do that. You have activated your freedom timeline, and there's no one to consult, no one to ask but your own inner heart. And when you ask your own inner heart, everything in this universe begins to support you. And your next step will arise, and your next step will arise, and your next step will arise, and it will be easy. You think it'll be hard because the world tells you it's hard. As soon as you share something with others, have you noticed, like, I have this idea for this business, or I have this idea to do this, or I would really like to, get married or do this. And everybody is a naysayer. They have this reason why they can't happen. They have this reason why it's not possible. They have this reason why it's just totally not going to happen. And that's because the world is there to confine you, to constrict you, to keep you in a small little box. But you're not meant for a small box. You're meant to expand. You're an infinite being, and there is no beginning or end to you. And that is how big that you are. But the world wants to keep you very small. Who will you listen to? The world that you have believed to be true, which is truly an illusion, or the truth of your heart and who you are? Begin to live the truth of who you are, and freedom will be yours. So you have activated freedom. Freedom is here and now. So make those choices today. That backseat driver, whoever happens to be in your life, get them out of the car. They're not the ones with the wheel. You are the one in the car. You are the one driving the car. No one else is driving the car but you. Those backseat drivers are not driving the car. They don't know the way. They don't truly know the way. You know the way. You have the wheel. Begin to drive for yourself. Don't consult with anybody else but your own sacred heart in what you're doing. Your life will begin to transform and change quickly in a way that you had never seen before. The things that you wanted to manifest will manifest in ways that you had never even imagined, in a speed and quickness that is really beyond this world. Why? Because as soon as you align with your heart and you tune out everything like those backseat drivers, all of your energy is yours, and your energy is infinite, is huge. There is so much energy, but you've been piecing it off to so many different beings, so many different institutions, so many different beliefs, so many different religions and things around you, that your energy is dispersed everywhere and you have no control of it. Call it back. Call it back today and begin to live from your own sacred heart. And your own sacred heart, you are totally clear. There is no noise of the backseat drivers. You can get ahead and put your wheel right in front of you and begin to look ahead. We're not looking behind us. The windshield is much bigger in front of us than behind. Why? Because we're meant to go forward, not back. So this message is really to illustrate to you the backseat drivers. Get those backseat drivers out of your car. Kick them out. Kick them out. You don't need them. You can find the way. You know the way. And if you struggle along that way, do it yourself. You don't need the help of the backseat drivers. They're not going to get you where you want to go. They're only going to frustrate you. They're only going to hinder you. They're only going to hold you back. And at the end of the day, they're going to want you to turn around and go back home. So this message is for you to get those backseat drivers out of the car. We know what it's like to have a backseat driver. It's annoying. It's not fun. It's irritating. They don't help us at all. You want them to get out. And so you have the power to get them out. You have the power because you have activated freedom within you that has always been there. You don't have to change anything about yourself. Everything about you stays the same. There's nothing about you that, physically changes or this reality has to change. It's a belief within you to begin to believe in your own self, in your own sacred heart. And that's all you need. That is all you need to activate this freedom timeline. So if you're just finding this video, maybe you didn't watch my last video, maybe you haven't been activating freedom within you, maybe this video just randomly popped up for you. It's time for you to activate freedom within you. Choose yourself. Choose yourself here and now. Decide to choose yourself by just saying, I choose freedom. And when we declare this, whether we speak it out loud or we write it in the comments or we write it in our journal somewhere, we activate that timeline. We become, it becomes real and materialized. Everything that you see in this reality first started in our mind, in our capital M mind, and it begins to manifest into the physical. But we have to declare it. We have to think it. We have to take that next step of either writing it down, saying it. In my last video, I talked about the word spelling. Spelling, it sounds like we're just spelling something out, right? But what is the beginning of the word spelling? Spell. It's almost like magic. It's like we're putting a spell out into the universe of what we want. And when we do that, we begin to magnetize and manifest everything to us just like magic. Just like we did put a spell out, but we didn't. Everything is so absolutely magical in this world. And I think I heard a quote, and someone comment down below if you know what it is. You could either live as everything is ordinary or everything is a miracle. When you live as everything is a miracle, life begins to have a lot of aliveness to it. It begins to show you things, bring you things, expand you into the infinite being that you are. So begin to declare freedom over your life. Comment down below, freedom is mine. Freedom is mine. And go ahead and begin to live by that today. Subscribe to my channel and come back for my daily messages. We are on a process of ultimate freedom, of freeing ourselves in every aspect possible. And you're not on this journey alone. I'm on this journey as well, and I'll be sharing with you here on this channel. So I invite you to subscribe, to come back to my channel. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here. I will catch you on our next message. I love you all.